Here goes this. There goes that. And we are live and good to go.
Welcome once
Quick,
again.
Bob, say
Thank
something
you
awkward.
for hanging out with us. Who?
Say something awkward, like last week.
No, it was not awkward last week. It was on point. It's episode 376 of the IT and the D Show, broadcasting live from our quarantined homes. This is Bob, the sales guy. That goofball below me is Randy. I do the Twitters, Walker.
It's all point of view,
to my
Bob.
left.
In mine, you're on the bottom.
You're a bottom. Find us online, itinthed.com. Do us a favor, give us a like on the socials and subscribe to us everywhere. Find podcasts.
That's right. The only time in my context, Randy's a top. That's yeah.
Boo. Boo.
But yeah, no. So obviously, events aren't happening, which is kind of a bummer. I mean, I always look forward to our December event every year, where we always do, some sort of fundraising for some sort of charity, and yeah, that's just not happening this year. So yeah,
maybe we'll just have a meet up at Menards.
Right. Well, at Home
Seems
Depot, apparently everybody can go to whenever they want. We can get. But wait, the hot dog cart's open because
no.
You can't.
People are angry about that.
What's the point of going to Home Depot if you can't get a hot dog and like a Faygo?
Home Depot hot dog.
Oh yeah, there's a couple home improvement friends of mine that are like just literally pissy that they want because the hot dog cart, which makes no sense to me. There's never more than one person in line in front of you.
Yeah, and there's only ever one person in there. Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. There's only one person works in there, so yeah, I don't get it.
And let's be real. I'm pretty sure that months old hot dog water might actually be a COVID cure. So
boiled hot dog water, of course. Everybody have a good turkey day.
Yeah.
I smoked one. We smoked one and baked one. It took a long time to find rolling papers that big. But no. So smoked one came out great. This is the third year that I've smoked one. Getting a little bit better every year. I went a little bit overboard with the onions on the inside. I forgot how much smoked onions tend to push out flavor. But apparently I'm the only one that noticed it. So, okay.
Yeah, we got ours at Detroit Barbecue Company. They actually had a drive-through on 8 Mile.
Yeah, I picked up from there a few times.
I feel like you spent a lot of time in drive-thrus on 8 Mile, Bob.
There's a Popeyes on 8 Mile. Yeah, I have been lately. You rolled up. Basically, they ask you what your name was, and the guy comes out and puts your bird in your back seat, and you go home.
Oh, nice! It's like the pickup I did at what was it? The Bourbon, Detroit City Distillery.
Yeah. Yeah, and then the guy out, he's like, he was having way too good of a time. It was like 10:30, 11 on Thanksgiving. He's like, yeah, man, I've been banging the mimosas out since like 9 this morning, and we're like, okay.
Nice. Yeah, I was on a Zoom call from 10 a.m. to 7:30, 8 p.m. Just had the camera set up in my kitchen.
Tony actually asked me if you were drunk cooking for a show. I was like, no, not any of ours that I'm aware of.
No, my wife surprised me. I slept in a little bit the next day, and she busted out the leftover waffles.
I saw you had your day after Thanksgiving tradition.
Yeah, made the waffles. Those were amazing.
That's Bob's Black Friday tradition always.
Yeah, no more.
So for those unfamiliar with it, Bob, educate the people.
So, okay, it's out in the world. Equal base of mashed potatoes and stuffing. Then you dice up everything that you have left. Could be turkey, ham, sausage, onion, celery. Then the binder is either a few eggs or, depending on how much stuff you put in, or a can or two of cream corn. And then you dump it on the waffle iron for like 10 minutes. And then you put some gravy on it and some cranberries. We made Kentucky bourbon cranberry sauce, and it was delicious.
Sounds pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm intrigued.
Yeah, it was phenomenal.
Nice. So I mean, on to important things like the
We have a name. We have a name. The child's name is Grogu.
No, it's not. It's Baby Yoda.
It's Grogu.
It's Baby Yoda.
That name's already taken.
It's Baby Yoda. It will always be Baby Yoda. Although I did read a great interview with Filoni and Rosario Dawson, where he said, "I wish I would have had the presence of mind to have Ahsoka say, 'Oh my God, it's a baby Yaddle.'"
That's awesome.
But yeah, that's the fact that like it's got to get. What are you going to rebrand it now? Like there's cereal, there's bed sheets, there's.
They only ever called it the child in marketing.
It's Spaceballs, the lunchbox, Spaceball, Baby Yoda.
Right.
No, I mean
that thing's got more marketing cachet though than anything in the market right now.
Oh, it's ridiculous. But yeah, no, I mean the episode itself was great.
It was better than great.
I thought
yeah.
I mean, I'm trying to not be a fanboy about it. I mean,
this is a good one to fanboy over though.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
I mean, cards on table, like Ahsoka is the next tattoo that I had queued up. And I mean, I thought her appearance, especially initially, at the start of the episode, looked very cartoony, like almost exclusively CGI'd in, like to the point where it almost looked like she was drawn in like the cartoon. But I mean, it got better as the episode went along. I thought the cameo by Michael Biehn was friggin' amazing. From Terminator.
That's when you know you have fanboys writing it and running it, is when you have Reese from the Terminator in your show, just for no reason.
Oh yeah, he looks like military.
Right, who do you want for that part? Dude, I love the Terminator. Is Reese working? Like, I mean, that seems like that's the way that process would flow. Like,
probably
they're just like whoever they like, they're just like pulling in.
Well, and that was actually the interview that I read was how did Rosario Dawson, how did you get cast in this? And she said, like, literally, she said, I feel like I got fan cast in it. Because, somebody put it out on Twitter and like did some fan art and that kind of stuff with her in the role. And then it went to Filoni's side of the story, and Filoni was like, hey, I'm kind of thinking this Rosario Dawson thing looks great. And Favreau was apparently like, oh, I know her. And so the two of them FaceTimed her together, and she was like, she thought it was a prank. But then like totally like just, she said it was funny. Like, she's like, I totally tried to keep my cool, tried to be mellow about the whole thing. But she's like, inside I'm squeeing the entire time. It was a great read.
Well, didn't Favreau train MMA when he was on Friends, and like with the whole Gina Carano thing? Like who knows?
Yeah,
he had a crush on her, and then
networking is everything. If we've said that for 20 years almost now.
Yeah.
But no,
I'm just wondering if they ever actually seriously considered Ashley Eckstein to be the live action actress. Based on
that interview, I'm gonna go with no. They just said they didn't see it happening because she didn't have whether it was just not the right body type, not the right whatever that they were looking for. It just, yeah, I mean, let's be real. I mean, that we had the conversation last week or the week before, where Katie Sackhoff was basically the first character in history to transition from animated to live action. So I mean, it's not like that happens all that often.
Well, and then the Magistrate was apparently she does a lot of the stunts, so it's kind of cool that they cast her.
Yeah.
They're doing a lot of service for people that normally wouldn't get those kind of roles. Yep. You know what I mean? Like typical voice actor, you get live action. I mean this whole thing is kind of I don't think they can lose at this point. They could have a Mr. Hanky episode where the Mandalorian takes a shit and the shit comes to life, and then it says "Hi-ho," and puts a Christmas hat on, and everybody are like, "Oh my god, brilliant!
Great, the best thing ever,
brilliant."
Well, no, but I mean, like I think the two things that are clear. Actually, the one surprise that I thought was interesting is I think everybody was kind of expecting that Ahsoka was going to be hunting down Gideon, looking for the Darksaber, which was not the case. So now we have the introduction of Grand Admiral Thrawn into the Mandalorian, that's huge. I mean, that was kind of my fanboy.
you heard that collective yee throughout the universe.
You absolutely did. And
because they know, I don't think anyone thought
nope
that name was going to get. There's no way out of all the stuff that was going on.
Interesting that she's looking specifically for Thrawn and not Ezra, but
well, so it may be a matter of, because I mean,
theoretically find one, find the other,
right? I mean, that was the end of Rebels, where Ezra got the space whales, whatever the hell they were, to come along, and dragged Thrawn's military out into the unknown region. Or she may be hunting him down for revenge. It could be that too. And then the news broke, which I think everybody kind of already knew was happening, was that they are doing a live action Ahsoka series, which I think is good. That's yes, please.
Well, then they're doing an Obi-Wan one. It's gonna get to be the point where there's just. I hope it doesn't get to the point where there's just too much shit. Like it needs. Like sometimes it's less is more. In this case, I'll watch whatever. But you can only have so much good writing. Like, you know what I mean? That then you end up bringing in Rian Johnson, and then they then they run out of gas. You know what I mean? Like,
Well, yeah, perhaps. I mean, I guess I'm not really as worried about it. I mean, they seem extremely committed to doing series like The Mandalorian right. And actually, like, making it a thing. I mean, as long as they're keeping it under maybe it's what Filoni and Favreau do when they're not doing Mandalorian. I mean, who knows? I mean, they haven't announced anything about the production, crew or anything like that. So
those guys are young, man. They're in their, they're still in they're our age. You know what I mean? They could do this crap for the next 30 years.
We're not young, Bob. We're not.
In relative terms.
Hey, so I wanted to ask, what was this huge mistake you wanted to talk about?
Huge mistake.
Oh, actually, before I forget, I'm sorry, one more thing I almost forgot, Mandalorian related. If you didn't catch the jeans guy in the earlier episode, you can no longer catch the jeans guy. They have already gone back and digitally erased him, so he is no longer canon. He is gone. Boo.
That was physically impossible to see unless you were pausing. The fact that there's human beings that are pausing it,
I'd even notice that
watching
nonsense. Yeah.
You know what to do with yourself.
Right.
You don't watch every episode frame by frame?
No, I watch the episode. I watch it. I told you my way. I watch it alone, and then I watch the Easter egg videos. I watch like 2 or 3 of those, and then I watch it again with my wife and my kid.
Easter egg videos point out Morai when the Mandalorian's walking through the forest.
Yeah.
Yeah, the shit that I miss.
Yeah.
Actually, that was the other cute cameo. I don't know if you noticed this or not, but EV-99, 9D9, which was the droid that was torturing all the other droids in Jabba's palace, is just casually walking down the street in the town.
I totally missed that.
Yeah, I missed that one.
Well, because the droids have pain sensors on their feet.
Yeah, that was probably one of the hokiest parts of Jedi, but yeah. All right, so on to your big mistake. What do you got?
Huge mistake. I know we talked about this series coming out, and I went to my Comcast remote, my Xfinity remote, and I hit the button and I said Peacock, and then the Peacock app opened. And lo and behold, the first thing on there was Saved by the Bell, the series.
Okay.
And I clicked play, and I ended up staying up till 3 a.m. to watch all of them.
Was it as terrible as I've heard?
Worse. Worse. It was. Let me just do my top rundown of stuff that I hated. It was a kid's book. Obviously, you had to have like every genre cast.
It's very culturally diverse. Yeah.
Even down to the head cheerleader girl is trans, like even down to that. There was, only the black guy could do white people jokes, but like there wasn't anything vice versa. The weirdest part about it was there was like the Barbara Walters soft filter on everyone's face that were like they were like glowing, blemish free. Like these teenage high school kids
Right.
had the most like perfect model skin of like I've never like it was almost weird to the point where you're looking at it going, do they have lines in their faces? Like
Are they 30?
Are they CGI'd out? Right. And like Zach Morris is like the first thing they do is they go, hey, thanks for the tax cuts, Governor Zach. And I'm like, oh my God, they made him Republican? Like, there's no way this is gonna like I'm thinking it's woke. And then the next thing is, well, we had to cut 10 billion from the school district, so we're shutting down half the schools in the state. So it's like, okay, all right, you had to you know
of
what I mean? You're
course.
like, so then the bad school merged with the Bayside, and then it was just they tried to bring the stupid jokes like the Jessie Spano was a doctor and she's the counselor in the school, and there's like caffeine pill jokes.
Pill addiction.
Caffeine pills.
Right.
She made a caffeine pill joke. AC Slater's the poor single gym coach. Like it just was bad. It just was really bad.
I have not seen a single person post anything good about it at all.
They brought in Lisa Turtle, who I swore was like Grand Moff Tarkin, like CGI. Like it wasn't, because remember like she went off the deep end and went crazy,
right?
And like, but then they showed Lisa Turtle, and I'm like, okay, and their mouth didn't move right with her head,
okay,
and I'm like, unless it was like. So I'm like, was she CGI or was that actually her?
Yeah, or did she have to come back in and redub her lines or something? Yeah.
Dude, I don't know. But then they like Screech, they said was on a space station. That's why he couldn't be on the show. It's not because he's crazy and went into porn.
Yeah, actually I hadn't seen anybody mention him. I was wondering if he
popped he was the only one who didn't get invited back for a cameo.
Oh, he's like me with Catholic school.
Like Max.
He was invited not to re-enroll for the following year.
The Max hasn't changed, so it's still like this retro, like weird, bad 80s, 90s diner.
So it's like when they brought back 90210 and everybody was all about the Peach Pit.
Yes, but they didn't have the nightclub, the Peach Pit After Dark.
Right. Yeah, I guess
that's where I would go.
I guess I'm not surprised. I'm really, really not. I mean, that was one of those ones that I didn't expect to be good. So I guess I'm not torn up about the fact that it's not.
Would you say this was better or worse than Fuller House?
Fuller House was solid.
Because again, my kids loved that.
I only watched the first season.
Was way worse. This was way worse. Like, here's the thing, though. Saved by the Bell was always poorly written and hokey and bad jokes. It was always
hokey and cheesy, yeah.
There was like a weird charm to it back when it came out. You know what I mean? Like
it was so bad it's good, and now it's just so bad that it's bad.
You had a connection with the characters, and now it's like the football team won't tackle anyone because they're too nice, so they lose 179-0. And so then there's that's another then the girl's the quarterback. The girl's the quarterback now because you have to have that. Will it hurt the feelings of the starting quarterback, which is Jessie Spano's son? Dude, I'm done talking about it. I feel really bad that I actually sat and made. That's why I said it was the biggest.
You go to box for 2 minutes and you feel shame.
Biggest mistake I made.
On the shame front. Yeah, probably a bad segue for that, but it's also about Star Wars. Dave Prowse died. For those who don't know, he was the guy inside the Vader suit who was really, really butthurt that he was not the guy when they took the mask off. That was Sebastian Shaw. He was even more annoyed that he wasn't the voice because, well, obviously that was James Earl Jones. Yeah, but he has died, and he's the guy who actually went out, got a bunch of fanboys together and had them literally recreate and reshoot the ending of Return of the Jedi, so that so there's a film clip out there that when you take the mask off, it's him.
Wow.
There's a documentary out for it.
Finding Dave Prowse.
Super cringy. Yeah, it's super cringy. One of my regrets though is when Flash Gordon came to Detroit for the first time, and I got the Dave Santia painting.
Yeah.
A Dave Prowse Darth Vader head painting went for $250. which I'm like, I just didn't bother to bid. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'd kill to have that now with him. He signed it. And
Oh yeah, now it would be worth something, but you'd have been holding on to it for what, 10 years?
It would have been it would be hanging up in my basement instead of the Hulkamania T-shirt signed.
No, it wouldn't. You'd have left the Hulkamania T-shirt up. Let's be honest.
I did watch one more worst thing I ever watched. It was a bad weekend with TV. I always watch the Netflix top 10 and whatever's on, like top 10. Okay, cool. I'll give it a shot. There's a movie with Bruce Willis called Hard Kill,
which apparently he's doing Die Hard battery commercials for.
I thought there was a Die Hard movie coming out. That's why he was doing those.
So that's the okay. I thought maybe there was a tie-in for that. Sorry.
No, I don't know. That's why I assumed. So Hard Kill, he's like a billionaire, and they stole his daughter, and he hires a hit squad to like get her back.
Okay.
But dude, so there's a lot of tech in this. It's the only reason I'm bringing this up. They got some virus, and as soon as they sell, it's like a box like this, and as soon as they give it to someone, they go, "You're gonna need some really big servers to run this," and I go, "Wait, what?" Like it didn't, it just looked like a hard drive.
Okay.
They're camped out in what looked like the Russell Industrial Center. It's like just an industrial. And so all of a sudden the bad guy is like wheeling in like 4 Dell racks and they start like booting up code. And I go, I don't see any blue wires anywhere. Where the hell is the Ethernet? Like I'm like looking for fiber blocks. Like this vacant building is going to have internet. Like, how are you getting?
Yeah, we barely had an internet connection in the Russell, for the love of God.
Right. So then the good guys are hiding out in this room going, I hope they don't find us in here. Like in one of the rooms in the Russell. Like this is what the whole movie is. Then they meet in the big room with the pillars. Dude, and I swear to God, the gunfights. This was probably one of the shittiest movies I've ever seen in my life. The girl took cover.
That's saying something.
Dude, the girl took cover behind an effing cardboard box. Where even my wife was watching this going, what? Is she hiding behind a cardboard box while the guy's shooting like an M16? Like, oh, dude, it was so bad.
So you're saying that Hard Kill is a hard pass, is what you're saying?
Unless you want to be like pissed off by bad tech in a movie.
No,
like,
I'm good. I still remember the net. I'm fine.
You could hire like a 3-year professional, like just data engineer or like to consult on this, and it would have been better. It's nice. Almost like they're like who wheels in racks? Like, why didn't they just like?
Why
did you need all that? Like, you
ended up in the cloud.
Let that shit leave it in the data center. Just freaking tell it into it. Like, what are you doing?
Like a normal person. What the hell's wrong with you?
Right.
The story I'm watching, because, well, it's 2020, and this is either a collective of art geniuses or this is aliens coming to start dealing with the monkeys that have got themselves into the Stone Age now. So there's a monolith that appeared in the Utah desert, a la 2001, except it was silver, not black. But it just appeared in the Utah desert. They found it because they were doing a survey, and one of the geologists was like, hey, there's something shiny. Can we go back and take a look at that? And so they went and found it. And then some guy on Reddit went out and found it, because they were like, they didn't publicize the location because they didn't want people getting lost because it was in a remote area of the desert. Some guy, I guess, found it, published it, the coordinates and all that, the GPS coordinates for it, and directions. And so a couple of people found it. Well, then it disappeared. And it went away.
Like overnight even.
Huh?
Overnight even. Like, people went to take a picture of it the next day. Some other group went and it was gone.
It was gone. Okay, well, hey, guess
tell
what?
Me that someone didn't set up a freaking deer cam on that thing?
No, like, middle of nowhere.
Just left it
middle of nowhere.
No, like, you don't think there would have been like four guys bringing up motion deer cams in case this thing moved?
Well, dude, apparently it disappeared and now it's in Romania. It showed up. It showed up this morning in Romania.
It's gonna be like the guy that stole the whatever and then takes pictures while he goes on a world trip. Like, here's whatever that stole.
Yes, like I said, It's either a collective of artists or like a couple of friends or something that are pulling off something amazing, or it's 2020 and it's aliens and we're screwed. Like,
we know for sure it's the same pillar.
They said looking at it physically, it appears to be.
They're reading the shit in the paper and giggling like kids.
Oh, I hope that's it. But again, 2020.
Then again, who the hell goes to Romania? So yeah, except for gypsies.
Well, yeah, I mean, think about it. Like today, like with a global pandemic and all that shit going on, how are you gonna how easy is it to get this giant pillar? I mean, unless it collapses or something, I don't know. But how do you get just logistically? How do you get it from Utah to Romania, essentially overnight?
FedEx.
I maybe, but don't you think somebody would have gone, hey, isn't that
no? Slip enough 20s, man, you get anything done in this country.
This is true. Yeah, I think we're all aware of that. But so, hey, you were talking about something sort of related to this before the show. There is a Big Boy franchise owner in Michigan that has now lost his franchise because he decided to go ahead and stay open during the pause, as it were. Was getting fined $1,000 a day. People reported him to Big Boy Corporate. Big Boy Corporate went, no, we're not good with that. And I think like the first story, the first link I shot across was like Tuesday, and I was like, yeah, he's probably going to lose his franchise. And sure enough, Friday he lost his franchise, so he is no longer a Big Boy restaurant. Yeah.
Did you ever have you ever been through Sandusky?
Michigan? I don't think I have.
Yes.
So we had a cottage in Harbor Beach. We didn't go that far in the middle of the thumb. If you ever gone in the middle of the thumb in Michigan, like there's more people at Menards, like right now, like, if it closes at 10, there's more people in Menards right now that live in Sandusky, Michigan. Like, it's a one light town.
Yeah, so like, is it really important for him to even be a Big Boy franchise? I mean, it's the diner in town. Yeah.
Well, dude, you don't, yeah, oh yeah, because now he's Jim's Diner, and he's like he's got all the same recipes, and probably the town's gonna collectively stand behind him. You know what I mean? That's the thing. Like everyone thinks, the thing that pisses me off a lot about this is people think the guy that owns the corner liquor store is like a millionaire, like just keep going a business. Dude, most of those guys make like 70, 80 grand at most, and they're there
at most
20 hours. Yeah, and they're there like open to close, like 5-6 days a week. You know what I mean? They're just
especially those small town places.
They own the real estate, and they're hoping that's their retirement.
Yep.
And they're just working there to pay their bills. So I mean, yeah, these people aren't loaded, man. So that's why when you read the comments and shit online, it's like, God, enough. Just like, I'm not trying to say I empathize with the guy, because like it is what it is. You could have done drive-through, takeout, all that bullshit.
I'll say I empathize with him. It's a shit situation. Like it's not good. It's not good for him. It's not good for his employees. It's not good for anybody. It's a shitty situation that we all have to deal with. I mean, hell, we're dealing with it with our studios.
Like most of the bars, they're like, hey, $20 to-go box or whatever. You know what I mean? They're like, they're trying, like, hey, drive up, and like just like Detroit barbecue, drive on it, pull up, beep the horn, we'll bring it out. We have a little square thing, throw your credit card on it, give us $5 for tip or whatever. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, but there's ways that he could have done it. Instead of basically throwing up two middle fingers and saying F off, because that's the thing going on. There's YouTube videos coming out of my nose about like bars on the East Coast that are like defying the governor, and then they're getting their health inspector out every day, writing them fines, and like basically shutting them down. Like that's the thing. Like, is that the fight you really you can't really you're gonna tie your ass up in court for 3 years because of what?
Right. Well, and again, I mean, like I said, I mean, dude, it's yeah, I mean, it's a horrible situation to be dealing with, and let's be real, everything we've heard from Fred, everything we've seen with basically any reasonable scientist or group that's out there says that it's not going to be getting better by December 9th. And so, is this quote unquote pause really going to end next week? Or is it just going to be, hey, things are still bad, if not getting worse, and we're already at the second week of December. We sure as shit, if we didn't want the night before Thanksgiving going on in the bars, we sure as hell don't want New Year's Eve going on. Might as well just, keep everything closed through the end of the year. I get
January
it.
20th. January 20th. That's when it all. That's my new. That's my new date.
So you've modified your prediction from election the day after the election.
Yeah. Now that, because I thought the whole mask part was just so you could vote twice, but apparently that's not why.
Well, and don't forget, apparently Inauguration Day is going to have dueling events because apparently Trump is planning a huge rally to announce his 2024 candidacy the same day as Biden's inauguration. So that'll be amazing.
This is not.
He absolutely is.
When is the last? Didn't one president, was it Nixon, that lost his second go and then he reran and then he won again?
Grover Cleveland.
Yeah, Cleveland.
Was it Cleveland?
Yeah.
Okay, because I knew there was a space and then a president was twice.
Yep, Grover Cleveland. Yeah. Yeah, so that'll be interesting. So I hear you're spending a lot of money on Cameo on William Hung is what I'm hearing.
Dude, it's the best deal in town. That's what everyone's getting for Christmas this year is a William Hung.
His $20 William Hung videos.
20. Dude, the Undertaker's $1,000.
Oh my God!
Just for him to go. No, I got to talk about that in a minute too. Just for him to go, rest in peace. Like you get William Hung to go she bangs.
I did my best. She bangs, $20. Yeah, good.
Yes. Yeah, and sing Rocket Man. I passed my bag. Like, what else are you doing? Dude, and then here's the thing. Have you flipped through, like, everybody has Instagram models have cameos.
Oh, that's been true since it launched. Yeah.
But, there's people, I'm flipping through these people. I'm like, who the blue hell is that? They're like, an Insta model. I'm like, what is that? I don't even know what that is. So Undertaker retired, right? 30 years in the business.
Again.
He was one of the guys that stayed character throughout the entire thing. You never really saw him as John Cena, doing, kid stuff. And he stayed in character throughout these 30 years. Dude, he just did a Hot Ones where he's eating buffalo wings and he's talking like you and me. And we're like, what the hell is this shit? And it's just and he's talking what was the thing with the thing? And he goes, yeah, so I'm just wrestling. And I'm like, wait, that's not who? And they're he's finally talking like he's talking to the guys. And it's not, I don't like it. I don't like it at all.
I'm not. Well, so, talking about, him being $1,000, did you click through to that GalaxyCon shit that I threw you?
No.
Dude, so apparently there's an online con called GalaxyCon, and okay, cool. They're doing some panels online and that kind of stuff. But then for anywhere from $60 to $200, depending on who it is, you can get a virtual photo opportunity, which I'm assuming is a screen capture of your side-by-side Zoom session. Which what the hell is that for? But hey, or if you want, for the low price of $245, you can spend 2 minutes talking to William Shatner.
No.
To $245 for a 2-minute chat. And so there was somebody.
That's what you would spend. That's what you would spend at Motor City for a Olin Mills 8x10. But at least you can frame it.
Right. And you'd be there and you'd get you'd have at least a couple of minutes in person chatting and that kind of crap. Wow. It blows my mind. Because let's be real. People are a little bit desperate for cons and stuff like that right now, just because there haven't been any. That's just insane to me. I can't understand.
Who the hell is Spencer Grammer?
Rick and Morty.
The voice of Summer.
Oh, Rick and Morty.
Yeah.
That's the only one they have. That's the only guest they have.
No, well, there's different ones on different days. So there were a couple different links that I shot across. The second GalaxyCon link is the one to all the Star Wars crap. or Star Trek crap. Sorry.
Gears of War.
Yeah.
Dude, this is horrible.
Oh,
then there's the Michael Biehn experience.
Right.
The Jessica Jones experience. Peter Billingsley.
Mm-hmm.
So I might do it for Peter Billingsley. And that's
just
the thing. People
just
have
get him to say, "Shut up, Randy."
Shut up, Randy. Can you get them to do? That's the thing with the cameo. Do they just say whatever they want to say, or can you make them say like?
You can
give them a script
for things. Yeah, I have a friend who did it for a store.
Yeah, don't you remember the one that Mark got for us?
Personalized autograph. It's $90, $100 for a mini poster. Send in your own item, $80.
Like I said, I can't. Yeah, I don't get it. But
yeah,
it is what it is.
They will make. People aren't doing shit. People are gonna like Buck Rogers. Come on, dude. Can you get Twiggy to say shit?
I mean, all he BDBDB. That's all he ever said. But hey,
let's see the video to the purchase video chats. That just looks stupid. You can purchase
that's what
up
I mean.
to 10 minutes. What are you gonna?
Oh yeah, and that's the thing, and they encourage you to get 10. So yeah, so $245 times 5. You want a 10-minute chat with Shatner? That's going to cost you, what was it? What, $1,250?
Dude, Aaron Gray, 2 minutes one-on-one for $100. Remember that one time on Silver Spoons?
When you were wearing a low cut? No, I just
So is this timed programmatically, so at exactly 2 minutes it cuts off, or is somebody monitoring it? Or
dude, I don't know. I don't want to know. It's terrible.
Sucks if you have connection issues.
Oh, Cindy Morgan on Tron. All I want to do is talk about Caddyshack.
Didn't you already?
By the way, I introduced. Yeah, till this day, one of my biggest regrets as a human being. I see Lacey Underall. Yeah, isn't Novi from dreary old Manhattan? And she just stone-faced me. I did introduce Gretchen as Caddyshack, though. That was a great father-daughter moment.
Yeah,
like, hey kid, come here. You're gonna sit down and watch Caddyshack with your old man.
and suddenly she gets 80% of your jokes.
Right. She goes, that's where you got it from? That's all I've been hearing the last 3 weeks. The shit we've been watching. That's where that came from.
So did you I'm curious, did you catch the thing about Amazon Sidewalk?
Yep.
Yeah, this is kind of creepy.
So this is a little weird. So if you have an Echo or a Nest.
No, it's not. So here's the thing. You do it right now with Comcast. So, all right. So explain what Sidewalk is, and then we'll talk about it more.
So you do and you don't. So Amazon Sidewalk, basically, so like, let's say you have a Ring Cam, you have, Echoes in your house, that kind of stuff. One of the features there is, saving your network credentials, to your Amazon account. Well, so then they're up in Amazon. What they do though is they then create a little private network, so that if for whatever reason, like let's say your internet goes down but your neighbor's doesn't, well, your Ring Cam will then tap into your neighbor's Wi-Fi, who also has a Ring Cam and an Amazon account that has saved their network credentials, so that it can keep running. Which on paper is a good thing, but it's kind of creepy that it's sharing networks without telling anyone.
Well, and that's the thing. Like the first thing I'm read it, I'm like, F this. Then I'm like, well, we do that shit with Comcast right now because you broadcast a generic SSID, that anyone can pick up.
But that's not tapping into your network. Like when you're setting up a Ring or something like that, you're giving it your network. I mean, I would assume most people are giving it their own network credentials and not a generic, access point like that.
Right, and that's the difference. Is this thing's like using? It's not just going in generic. It says it's you.
Yeah, so there is an opt-out. So if it,
that's the shittiest part, is that it's an opt-out thing. They turn it on automatically for everybody.
Yeah.
Dude, no one opts out of that shit.
Because
like 1 out of 100 is gonna opt out.
I've had these things in my house forever. I didn't know it was a thing until I saw somebody post about it.
Yeah, that was the thing. I got a couple echoes, and and like canaries, and like I was thinking about scrapping it all and just going all Google, but I'm like, dude, do I want to spend $700
to redo everything?
Everything. I'm gonna keep the Eros obviously because the Eros are awesome. But yeah, the whole security stuff, and then I mean, because that's the thing, they're coming out with cool technology now, like the cameras and all that crap.
Mm-hmm.
The Google Home hubs are like, I remember buying one for my dad for like $179. They're like $49 now.
Yep. Oh well, shit, dude. I think I told you this. Like, so when I the annual renewal for the Nests, all the Nest cams and all the studios kicked in. And it was like $800 or $900 or whatever it was. And I got an email like a month later that said, hey, our pricing has changed. Basically, would you like a refund or would you like your next like 18 years covered? because it went from like $30 per month per cam to like $12 for the year for every cam in any single location.
Jeez. Well, cold storage is cheap nowadays.
Well, yeah, and there's a lot more competition these days. I have not tried this yet, but I kind of feel like I want to. Have you hit Lantern Now yet?
I won't. No.
Yeah, you may. But so apparently you can get weed delivered to your house now, which I did not, or edibles or whatever else you want. I was not aware this was, and this is one of those things that I learned when I was pumping gas. I was getting gas, and the little gas pump TV thing played a commercial for it, and I was like, oh, really? That's a thing? So I pulled it up, and I'm like, sure as shit, it's a thing. Because the first thing, you have to verify that you're over 21 years of age, and you pump in your zip code, and it's like, okay, here's everything that you can have delivered to you. And it was like, holy crap.
Green apple gummies, $25. Ganja grape gummies, $25. Oh, see, I might get the THC oil for my knee.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Sunset Sherbet, $20.
I don't know what any of this stuff is.
Ask Tony. He'll clue in.
Detroit fudge pumpkin spiced fudge.
Dude, I was just amazed at the variety of things that were available to be delivered to my house, and I was like,
do you need a thing?
No, dude, because it's recreational. That's why they ask if you're ever... Huh?
I'm safe in this book.
You're welcome.
Oh yeah.
Just don't.
The gun.
Bob's all into it.
I can just see it's gonna be like the scene in Hall Pass where like I eat the whole brownie and you're only supposed to eat like a quarter
like
of it.
A corner of it, yeah. You'd be like Nuri the time that somebody gave him Nuri the time that somebody gave him the gummy bear and didn't tell him that it was 100 milligrams.
Oh my God.
Right.
No. You were just supposed to eat the head or the ear or whatever it was. But yeah, you don't want to wind up like Mike Tyson during his match.
Oh my God.
First off, I want to say one thing. Can Snoop be the official announcer of everything from now on? Because that was just amazing.
Did you watch the thing or did you catch it like I did?
I caught recaps after them. Dude, what am I gonna? No, I didn't watch it live.
Well, no, everyone was posting it on Facebook Live, so I just kept like scanning, and then it would get dropped, and then someone else would pick it up. So that's how I watched it.
I caught stuff after the fact. Yeah. And
all I know is the Nate Robinson memes were the best things I've ever seen in my entire life.
Dude,
the best one I saw was
brutal.
The end, like they're showing like Tyson and Roy Jones at the end, and they're like Nate Robinson's still there, and he's like they photoshopped him laying in the back of the ring while the match was
that poor
over.
guy.
Well, then it's by the YouTuber, which is he's a legitimate boxer.
Yeah,
I'll
was
give
it
him
Jake
that.
Paul,
But it's
Jake something,
Logan Paul, Jake
Logan
Paul, whatever the
Paul,
hell his name is.
whatever.
I think yeah. But apparently, did you hear about their payday was only $600?
$600. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, let's be real. They did it for exposure because they want more subscribers on their YouTube channels, and they did it for their YouTube fans and all that stuff. So yeah.
Well, that's that's how bad boxing's gotten. Where you're paying $50. That was the thing. I was gonna get it, and I'm like $50. The rules for the Tyson fight were horrible.
Well, apparently it was just an exhibition.
Right, and if they get cut, it's over.
But never forget, Apollo Creed died during an exhibition. So.
Right, but then I think you were getting to. He came out and said he was high as shit.
Yeah.
He can't stop smoking weed. So yeah, I was, I just, I'm like, oh, I fought high. I'm like, okay.
I mean, he did a hell of a job. I mean, they did a hell of a job. I mean, he's still clearly Mike effing Tyson.
Right. No, he looked good. I mean, was he 53, 54?
Yeah.
He still got pop in his punch. I mean, he looked the part. I don't know if he didn't turn it on because I think he could have knocked him out cold.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of got the feel that it was sort of an all-star game-ish kind of thing where they weren't really going too hard at each other, but
not trying. Yeah.
Did love the story out of Hackensack, New Jersey, where apparently a board member took her phone with her to the bathroom during a Zoom call and forgot to mute, forgot to turn it off, forgot to do anything. And so they had to listen to her going to the bathroom.
See, now am I the only one that's angry that I didn't know if it was a number one or a number two, if she squeezed out a fart?
No, I was not.
Was it was it Naked Gun, a 3-minute pee? You know what I mean? And some grunting.
The Austin Powers uncawing urination. Yeah.
Right. Was she going, oh, gross, and after she farted, that's...
Where was the camera pointing? Was it sitting on the floor in front of her, so you got a view of all the goods, or?
That was not detailed, thankfully. Yeah, but apparently when she returned to the meeting, somebody made I think it was the head of the city council made some crack about, we were just waiting for you to get done in the bathroom. And she bailed, and she has now bailed. She has now resigned from city council.
If I was on the school board, I'd be like, I hope you wash your hands, Lisa. You know what I mean? The jokes,
right.
Turn on the fan and leave, Lisa.
It lights a match.
Right. I don't know how you not.
I just
honestly,
and
that's the thing.
150 people saw her going to the bathroom.
I literally cannot even.
Someone's got a clip of it,
dude. Including students.
Who goes? Who leaves? Who doesn't? Yeah. I again, kind of like the GalaxyCon thing. I cannot fathom not A, bringing the phone with you during an active Zoom call. B, not triple checking that the cam is off and you're muted. Wow.
Yeah, I came there was to this day, I think there was one toilet flush on a call, and that was the next topic for 20 minutes going.
Of course it would be.
We were completely unproductive after that. There was nothing being done because we needed to find out the culprit who
hey,
of course they deny it. No, that wasn't a flush. I had to open the door and
I sneezed.
Yeah. Right.
But hey, I guess speaking of flushing, if you want, you can get in on the $10 million in grants that are out there to analyze sewage systems for COVID.
I read this twice, and I don't know what are they looking for?
Well, no. So actually, Fred had talked about this on one of the episodes he was in. He was in with us, where basically they're testing to see if they detect COVID in the sewage treatment facilities, because that helps them identify locations that might be having an outbreak that where nobody's getting tested, and so nobody knows.
So, like, how do they know where that poop came from, though?
Well,
it's not RFID.
No, that's the next conspiracy, Bob. You have to swallow an RFID pill every day, and that has to that's 5G. 5G is tracking your poop. That's what's going on.
I mean, it could be like the colon cancer screening where they send you a Nike shoebox, and then you dump it in that, and then you mail it back to them.
No, this is just through sewage treatment plants. Nothing special. But like I said,
then again, though, you could poop in Sandusky, and it can go down the tubes to Detroit, and then they find COVID in the poop in Detroit, and then how do they know where the poop came from?
I mean, I don't believe waste travels that far. I don't think it does.
Yeah, does it? There's sewer lines in Sterling Heights that go all the way to Detroit. We used to play in them as kids.
That's a little.
It's across 14 mile.
No. Wow, that's a little disturbing in and of itself, there, pal.
It's across 14 mile, and it was an open, and basically the kids. It was all fields and Eastmans, whatever the hell you call them, and they put like a whole seating area with tires. There was a chest of like old porn. It was like where all the kids went and smoked weed when I was like in junior high.
Okay, so but are those sewer drains or are those water drains?
It's a sewer drain. It ran into the Red Run. That's why when I was a kid going to fish golf balls out of Red Run at Maple Lane Golf Course, my parents used to go nuts because it's poop water. And so we used to wear my dad's fishing waders to go get golf balls. And then we'd put them in tube socks and then we'd sell them back to the golfers. But it was poop water.
Wow, I got nothing.
But it wasn't like floaties going by, like it was like a little toothpick and a flag. It wasn't like that. It's just dirty water.
I genuinely don't know where to go from this. I don't.
So good. You got $10 million in a grant. Like, what do you study? Like, I don't like. Again, not that I care. Not that it's going to change how I go to.
No, I mean, it's like I said. I mean, it's just basically looking for community outbreaks where people might not be testing as much, and it just gives them another focus point to figure out where they're looking.
All right.
So I mean, everybody's home, all the kids are home, homeschooling, all that fun crap. And apparently, and this doesn't apply here. Well, actually, it already applies here, but they're getting more widespread with it. Comcast is getting more serious about their 1.2 terabyte data cap for a month. In several other states, like I said, it's already been a thing here in Michigan for a while.
I get my texts whenever I hit 75%. It's getting every month where I'm hitting 90% now.
Yep.
And I
just got the 90% text today. So
yeah, I got mine yesterday. They're pissing me off. There's stations I thought I had that now I don't. And I didn't change anything. Like they're really starting to piss me off. Like Fox Sports 2, I had when I upgraded to Red Zone, and now I don't have it. I was trying to watch a soccer game the other day. I have to subscribe to that.
Call and ask why?
No, I'm not calling them no more. There's a thing. This is the dumbest one. I was looking make sure my settings were right because I know they downgrade your video all the time.
Res, yeah.
Yeah. So I checked that out, and they said, "Oh, you can get the new 4K box. Just click this button, and we'll ship one to you." And then you click the button. It says, "Oh, call 1-888-XFINITY." I'm like, "No, I'm not calling." Out. Right. Like you just said, click this button, and we'll ship one to you. And
you lied.
Yeah, I'm at the point now where I'm gonna, I was gonna dump everything, but then I'm just gonna keep one set-top box and put the rest as Google TVs.
Dude, I've got everything as a Roku TV, and that's basically what I've done. I still, in fact, the only thing I have still box wise is the cable card that's in the TiVo. Other than that, they're all gone.
Yeah.
I don't have cable or I have a broadcast antenna for the stuff I sometimes want to watch live, but everything is streaming only.
Oh yeah, that's I've got three OTA HD antennas in the house. So yeah.
You can get YouTube TV for like $50 and you could do it, you can do it on multiple screens or multiple devices.
Yep.
So
Well, and what I've actually been really impressed with is if you have the Roku channel, if you have a Roku box or a Roku TV, their live programming, they have a crap ton of channels and a lot of really good stuff on it.
How much is a crap ton?
I don't know, a couple hundred.
You're the one that played in the sewage drain.
Yeah, exactly. You would know.
Well, we determined Joe used to say buttload. My friend Joe used to say buttload all the time.
Oh yeah, which is an actual measurement.
Right, it's 8, and according to because we broke down the math.
Mm-hmm.
Like, dude, there's a buttload of chicks out or whatever. Like, okay, then we finally we did the math, and it was 8.
You do the conversion ratio.
Yeah.
Hey, so apparently, if you bought a router on Black Friday from Walmart or Amazon, you may already be on the Mirai botnet.
There was crap. Where did that article go? There's a where there was back doors built into it.
Yep. Good times. But I mean, we've said that for years. Like all the shit that comes out special for Black Friday, is usually not worth buying.
Yeah,
because it's okay. Yeah,
it's trash.
It might be the TV that you were looking at, but it's not because it's one model number off, and it only has one input as opposed to the 8 that were on that other TV, and that kind of crap.
Well, there's only one thing I wanted was an Xbox Series X, and Walmart had 3 times where they dropped it for sale. So I logged in, had one in my cart, tried to check out, didn't work. I guess Neil got one at Costco.com. Who goes there?
Dude, so what's funny is I was talking with the sneaker guys, and one of them is really into the whole like bot thing for like trying to get, to the front of the line with getting pairs of sneakers and that kind of stuff. And he said apparently the same bots and the same tech were working for like all these shopping sites, because he said he wound up like he's got like 8 PS5s that he's trying to unload, and a couple of Xboxes and that kind of stuff, because he was like, well, why not? I'm like,
do that.
Like it's kind of a dick move. I'm like, it's
Have him call me for the Xbox.
Okay, I'll see him on Thursday. I'll see if he still has them.
Unless he wants a stupid amount for it.
Oh no, he's gouging. He's probably charging double.
Oh yeah.
Just wait a few weeks.
Well, so and that's the thing. Like and so like when I was talking about this with them the other night, like that's the thing. Like, okay, so sneakers, okay, great. Like they're not going to make any more. Like when they do a release, and then those are gone. Sony is not going to stop making PlayStations. Microsoft is not going to stop making Xboxes.
You just want to make the Brad Westner post going, I got mine first.
I got mine.
You don't have one. I mean, which is what I was trying to explain it to, there was my wife or my kid, what social media has become. This is what I'm eating that you're not. This is where my vacation spot is that you're not at.
Right.
This is what I'm,
you're not actually there to do anything. You're just there for the selfie. That's
right. Neener, I got my PS5 and you don't.
Right.
Neener. Like, even though they have 3 games for it, you know what I mean? It's.
Well, my big challenge is John has decided that he wants to go the gaming PC route. So we're going to see how that goes.
Nice. There are signs posted up at Micro Center that the 3070, 3080, and 3090 are sold out. So
yeah,
good luck getting a graphics card too.
Yeah, $3,000 later.
Yeah.
No, I will not be buying my 11-year-old a $3,000 gaming system.
This is my rant in my house. I buy like this. I always like the tower just for my home PC. And I bought a nice tower. It was like $700-800, which is, it had all the fixings on it. And then Gretchen's like, my 16-year-old, or if she was 15 then, she was, my computer sucks. And I'm like, just take my tower. I don't really need it.
Right.
You know, you need it. You know, let's take it. All of a sudden it's like, oh, Skippy came over and said you didn't have a good video card, and we stripped it, and then we took it to Micro Center, and then we took that part out and this part in. And then we made a Franken PC, and now it doesn't work.
Nice.
That's on you, kid. That's on you.
Yeah.
So
It was fine when I gave it to you. Yeah.
Right. It's fixed now. But like, you know.
That's about it.
Yay.
Nice, simple, and easy.
That's what she said. What else was crappy on TV I watched? I think that was it.
I've actually been rewatching The Orville, just because I don't know, something caught my eye about it, and I was like, screw it, I'll go back and watch it again. Dude, that is such a good
coming
series.
back.
Yeah, they're apparently
Hulu only.
Season, yeah. Well, that was season 2, wasn't it?
No, that aired on Fox.
Oh, I thought season 2 was Hulu only. Anyway, I guess.
And I think Letterkenny coming out this week?
This month, I believe.
Isn't Letterkenny coming out this week?
Don't know.
Never watched it.
Oh, Randy, start watching
worth
it.
Watching. Star Trek Discovery is pretty great. This last week's episode had a cameo of archival footage of Leonard Nimoy. It was a pretty big stab in the heart.
Is that the cartoon?
No, it's the live action one.
Oh.
Yeah, was
What's
it
that
a cartoon like Below Decks or something like that?
Cartoon Lower Decks. It's on CBS All Access.
Nope.
Another app I'm not going to get.
Yeah.
I felt dirty just saying Peacock in my remote, like just the fact that why does this app have to exist? Why is it here? Like, this is, you know.
Lame.
Yeah.
And why did you name it Peacock?
Because
I mean, that's their mascot.
NBC. That's always been their logo.
Yeah.
All right, get us out of here.
All right, we're going to wrap things up for episode 376 of the IT&E Show. On behalf of Bob, David, and Randy, do us all a favor. Drink up your drinks, get your phone numbers. You don't got to go home. You're just going to get the hell out of here. See you next week. Drive careful. Beat it.
See you guys.